Hi guys, hope all is well. We are back with another Explain 12 video. Today we are flying the Toliss A330-900, aka the A330neo, and the most popular variant, the 900. I think some fly the 800, such as Air Greenland, but yeah, mainly the 900 has been the biggest seller. And we are here where we left off the last time when we flew with the flight factor 767-400. So we're at Louisville, the Muhammad Ali airport, and we are flying down south from here. So we're going down to New Orleans in Louisiana. And as you can see, it's very early morning, so it's very dark. We don't really see anything. We don't even see the clouds. The only thing we know, at least when I quickly checked the weather, was that there is some thunderstorms in the vicinity. So potentially somewhere here, but nothing that we can see now. I think we're actually at the exact stand also where we left off, or the same gate. So that's pretty neat. In terms of other things, I don't think there's anything in particular that needs to be mentioned. We're just doing our little walk around check, which I really like doing in Explain with this walk around tool. Need to see if there's a similar plugin for P3D, but I really like the Explain one. Always a good start to the flight, just walking around the plane, admiring it, looking for non-existent cracks and other problems. As you can see, we also have a quite interesting livery. It's the digital design one by Walker Air. So they have these few different ones. Black Betty, which is a totally or an all black livery, and then they have red and white, and then the normal one, and then this digital design one, which is a bit of a cool one. Thought it would be nice to take the plane on a spin, donning this livery. And yeah, everything looks good. Pitot probes looking good. No bees, at least to my knowledge, have gotten stuck in there. Can't really reach there anyway. But we'll get going. I'm gonna go back into the plane. As you can see, though, it is very dark. Can we even follow the? You can see the lights at the bottom work, so that's good at least. But let's jump into the cockpit. I don't think I had the door open, so we'll jump into our seat. As you can see, it is very dark, so we'll just put on the batteries as a first thing and connect the external power. And as you can see, the plane looks pretty decent during nighttime, so that's pretty nice. I do wish it looked better, of course, interior wise, which I think I always say in every video with the Toliss one, specifically considering the A320 was made by another person who did a pretty swell job in terms of the interior. In terms of what we need to do, we need to get our flight plan, we need to get the boarding started, etc. So quite some things on our to-do list. The one thing I am wondering about, though, is the cabin. Actually, can you? There we go. Now there's some light, but yeah, really not the best cabin lights. It's maybe a tad bit too bright. But oh well, not the end of the world. We'll just have to remember to close this one so we don't see that ugly light. and we'll lock it. So yeah, not a very long haul flight, but I really wanted to fly the A330-900. When you've spent a lot of money on a plane, you do want to take it for a spin at least once in a while. We will switch off these, or switch on these fuel stuff. We can put this to nav, the adheres, backflow we can keep on low, cruise supply, ground control, yeah. And now since I just recently watched the new Mentor Pilot video, right? Now we know that you can even put this, or this is the brake hydraulics, right? So you have this different system, right? So if green stops working, you have the blue one. Very interesting video about the Korean Air, one of the accidents. I think it's the most recent Mentor Pilot video. So quite easy to find. No sound add-ons. I wonder when that will come. Possibly soon. We can open there. We can open these ones. I think they are open already. And the first things first, just getting our flight plan. And the easiest way to do that is by actually checking quickly that we... Let me see actually. Oh, sorry. Me been checking some SIBO. I've had some issues with that one not loading the payload. Let me see. Can I edit the flight plan in ThimBrief? I hope I can. Because I want to add an airframe. Oh, god damn. Yawning like crazy. Let's see. Toliss Trent 7000. Yes. Let's generate that flight plan. Let's also, I upgraded my, I updated my pilot TDC, so it's 1 dot or 0.1.5b. So let's import the flight plan. I don't think there's been any changes, but just in case, since I updated with the airframe of the Toliss. Let's do a request and see what happens. Does this one work? Maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's see. So there we go. Getting all that important data. And oh yeah, here we go. We do have the what's the thing called? The heads-up display. So that's good to be aware of. Okay, and what we want to check is the loading performance. Just make sure it matches our flight plan. And then we do also want to check, and I actually want to see my custom scenery folder. Sorry, that's all the stuff I've recently modified my X-Plane with. Custom scenery folder, that's scenery pack. I just want to make sure that I found a nice Nashville freeware. I just want to make sure it's, yeah, it's above global airport, so well correctly placed. Okay, let's see. Block fuel, that is correct. Zero fuel, that is correct. Apply. Apply. And let's make sure to double check that we're actually getting these values. Wouldn't surprise me if we don't. I've had some issues with that from time to time. So let's just remember to double check before we do our pushback. In terms of lights, keep, well, that's not really a light, but the electrical, the portable devices thing, we can put that to on. Strobe to auto. Let's see, yeah, we now have the nav lights. Nav and logo should be on, I think, even on 1. Yeah, looks like it's on. For some reason all of these vehicles that used to surround us decided to disappear, oddly enough. So let's see if we put that to on. Then we'll have them. Okay, that's good at least. Anything else we need to do? Maybe we can take a placeholder. A bit hard to find a good... it's a bit hard when it's dark, right, to get a good picture. So I'm just gonna take this as a placeholder in case I forget to take a nicer thumbnail once it starts getting lighter outside. Okay, in terms of the flying itself, we need to only do the pack X one. I'm just gonna move this Discord thing. I'll actually close Discord, so it's gonna take unnecessary CPU processes. I'm gonna check smart cars. You can see the flight here as well. So we have that set up. Pilot ADC shows us the exact route. Should be pretty good. Let's see, maybe we don't have a SID. That's gonna be interesting to see. Hopefully we do have one though. Okay, let's do pack X then. KSDF to KMSY flight number, just the regular one. We're going up really high to 40,000 feet. Time until takeoff. Aircraft. Did this one even exist when this one? Nope, it does not. So we'll use the 300. We should have about 335 passengers. We'll do a bit over 100. Not to be stuck behind or waiting for that one. Boarding music, Walker Air, and safety should also be Walker Air. So we can start that. We can check that these values are correct, which they do look to be. At least I'm not seeing anything wrong. Can we do a wind request? Look at that, it works. In terms of our flight plan, let's have a look though at the weather just to make sure we're aware of the risks. CB warning, yeah, quite high tops as well, so we might have to go around them completely. And turbulence, severe turbulence, and yeah, not the best. We'll have we'll have a bit of a varied, we'll have a bit of, I guess mainly we'll have a bit of headwind, then some crosswind. So they're very varied in terms of what we're getting here. We'll get mainly a headwind. Yeah. But let's see, should be fine in terms of the weather at our destination and at our departure. Let's just have a look what it's saying. Destination forecast, alternate, weather briefing. Broken at. This looks fine. We'll be fine. Nothing to stress about. We can return back and we can do flight plan. And in terms of the flight plan that we are doing, we don't have any star. No, sorry, yeah, any SID. We know we're taking off from 17 left. No SID. We can insert that, and then it's RAM RD. that we're flying to, it should be discontinuity, yeah. And then we're flying IGB, MCB. Then we're flying the star to ILS to 20. So let's see, we have that. Do we have an ILS? Doesn't look too good. We could do an RNAV maybe. We have a localizer. Well, that's about it. So let's see, we're coming in on a RIOP. The question is what approaches do we have for that? We have the localizer one, which does have a vector. We have the Y one. And then, let me see, do we have anyone that's... interesting. It's basically gonna be the same. So if we do the Zulu one, let me load it and we activate it. It's basically just gonna be a direct in. Okay, that's pretty smooth. We can do that. We have the right flight altitude, we have the right call sign, and we can connect to the sim. Now the question is just, do we have, do we get everything to match between the plane and pilot to ADC? Hopefully, of course, but let's see. We'll know soon enough. Okay, I'm gonna move this.
400 scattered at 3,000.
Clear.
Temperature 21.
Zulu.
17. Altimeter
Louisville Mohammed Ali International Airport information.
No, via
356 local winds are 145 at 12 knots gusting to 20 knots. Visibility 10 miles. 1,700 few clouds. 4,500 broken. 8,500 overcast. Temperature 22.
So yeah, there should be a discontinuity actually after MCB.
Arriving and departing runway
Or should there? Yeah, there should be.
Louisville Mohammed Ali International Airport information Yankee. 356 local winds are 145 at 12 knots gusting to 20 knots. Visibility 10 miles.
Change
1,700 few clouds. 4,000
the 80s, so we don't have to listen to the double stack of it. Yeah, okay, this makes sense, I think. I'm gonna check quickly what the approach one is. We're missing a few. Legacy. Did I get it? Did I forget to put in maybe the star? Let me have a look. That could explain it, right? So we know which RNAV. And we are. Let me have a look how it looks now. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it should be MCB, that's the transition one. Trash. No, via. Exactly, now we'll get the ray up and then we have manual. Now it's looking correct. Is the fuel on board still matching what we want it to match? It does look like that, so that's good. Let me just have a look at the init page, because we have everything there and it's looking correct. So performance is the next one. And we want to do that calculation here. Let's listen to the 80s, even though it's going to be.
4,500 broken, 8,500 overcast. Temperature 22, dew point 17. Current altimeter is 3003. Arriving and departing runway 17 right, 17 left.
And wind.
Mohammed Ali International Airport automated weather observation 356 local winds are 145 at 12 knots gusting to 20 knots. Visibility 10 miles. 1,700 feet clouds. 4,500.
Okay, I'm gonna. It's too hard to listen to both of them. Why can't I open the in? Okay, there we go. Sometimes it bugs out. So let's see. Yeah, okay, the weather looks good. Here we can see that there's some nastiness in the area. It's starting to get brighter now, so that's actually good. And I'm actually gonna retake that picture I already took, just because you can see so much better now.
Okay, very good. We'll be calling for a push.
We're gonna jump back in. I'm just gonna check my viewpoints that they are somewhat nicely set up. How about this one? Okay, pretty nice with the HUD in the way though. Yeah, we had some good ones. The nice engine. Yeah, we like this. Okay, we can start with the APU. That one should have been armed much earlier. Small mistake. They happen, unfortunately. Oh yeah, takeoff. We need to 1F. Okay, we have that data. One 42, 142, 142, 144. Up 2.6. And then we have, wait a second, I need to quickly pause. There we go. Wife needed help with opening a lid. Let's see, flex to temp, there is where we was. And I just wanted to check one thing here. Takeoff weight, this looks reasonable. And thrust flex 73, so F73. Okay, good. We have everything set up, so we are ready to rumble. The nice thing with Airbus is if you know one, you can basically fly all of them. Maybe the A300 is the most difficult one, I would say. And then of course the A350 and the A380 is a bit different. Okay, let's see. I think we can... Flap is open, so we can start the APU. We can start talking also to ground. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Yeah, let's see if we are getting any clearance.
Walker
And we are.
4003 Heavy is cleared to Kilo Mike Sierra Yankee climb via the Kurgo 4 departure, then as filed.
A bit weird
Expect
looking
departure
with the
runway 17 left.
light here.
Climb to 8,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Louisville departure on 132.07. Squawk 3462.
So that's
Walker
the floodlights.
4003 Heavy is cleared to Kilo Mike Sierra Yankee climb via the Kurgo 4 departure, then is
We
filed.
can
Climb to
shut
8,000 feet
that
via
off.
the departure. Expect higher clearances
Same
2
here, we
minutes
don't
after
need
departure.
that.
Louisville departure on 132.07.
That looks better.
Squawk 3462.
Well, the screens look a bit dark, to be
Walker
honest.
4003 Heavy readback, correct altimeter. 3003 contact Louisville ground
So
on
let's
121.7 when ready for
try
pushback.
to
Have a good
brighten
one.
them up a bit.
Altimeter 3003 ground on 121.7. Walker 4003 Heavy.
30 let me see, 3003, yeah. The A300, the Neo one, I don't think there's too many American operators, right? Is it only Delta that has it? Let me have a look actually. Because that's a feeling I have. So Delta is the major operator, and then there's basically no one else. Basically no one. That's odd actually. You would think, but I guess it's just that because of the long haul Airbus is not being at all as popular as the Boeing ones, right? Even though they are catching up, but they're still a bit behind, tad bit behind. Okay, let's see. We wanna go back inside. Anything we wanna do on the outside? Don't think so. We have everything set up here. The boarding is almost ready. We can ask them to expedite the boarding.
We'll see what
The
we can do.
beacons are
No
on.
promises.
Avitab. Let's have a look if we actually have KMSY here. Oh yeah, because I actually did that. I wasn't able to find it. Now I remember. The only way I might have it is if I'm lucky and maybe have it in. I'm gonna try to find the Latin VFR scenery I have, because that could potentially have the charts. We have the manual. Nothing about the charts. That's annoying. I like it when you get the charts. Let me see, they have images. No, it wasn't. No charts. So let me Google it then. Hopefully we can find at least the arrival.
Okay, we'll take off down to Whiskey Alpha, yeah. I'm going the right way now. 17,
Let's see if we have. Okay, yeah, we can find the pictures, right? So we're doing the Zulu to 20. The funny part is you can download them as PDFs, but only one picture at a time, which is annoying. Let me see all diagrams. No, wait, actually. Hey, look at that. I was able to get it. So flight aware. Okay. Finally, I figured that one out.
We're ready to go when you are.
Yeah, I am very happy now, because I finally found the charts. That's good to see, to have them kind of publicly available.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 4003.
We just need to get it into the right plugin. And the best way to do this is to go like this. And let's see if we have it now. Look at that. That's great to see, actually. But okay, we don't need to yet worry about that one. We can open or check. Did I actually? Maybe I didn't download anything for Louisville. Okay, not the biggest problem. We'll be able to use Pilot TDC to help us, guide us in terms of where we need to go. Let me just check. So we're taking off from runway 17 left. And the question is, it's very close. It's very close, actually. It's right over there. Okay, but boarding is done. This is good news. This means that we also have now APU. So we can put on the APU bleeds. Maybe we can do auto, actually. Doesn't really matter if it's low or not. It's such a short flight. And we can remove the external one. So A and B. Check if the parking brake is set, and that it was. So we can remove the chocks. We can close these ones. We don't need. I hate when the click or the button isn't where it should be. Okay, there we go. Let's just leave it at that. And I think we are already. Let me just have a look. We'll open the SAM plugin. We'll disconnect the jetway. There we go. Looking good. We'll put in the squawk, which I had totally forgotten about. 3462. That's to on, auto, TARA. Yeah, we can keep it on all. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for pushback.
Walker 4003 heavy pushback approved.
Pushback
Pushback
approved.
Walker 4003 heavy.
Yeah, how do you get pushback from this one? We'll do that, I think. That's fine. Okay, now we have some rain. Happy days. At least we get to use the cool wipers, so that's nice. Seeing those in action. Yeah, let's see. You can see the weather is a bit. It's not really the best one. I'm just trying to re-familiarize myself with the buttons. Yeah, it's a bit dark, grayish. Guess we have those two. Oh, but it's really kind of sporadic raining. Okay, so that's good to know. Seatbelt signs should go on.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Ready to connect. That is good. We are ready to fly. Or hopefully at least. I'm just trying to think now, did I forget anything on the outside? Don't think so. It's looking pretty good. Oh, I can hear rain again. Yeah, very sporadic. We really need to be a bit pay attention. See how this is gonna. Or yeah, we need to pay attention in the sake of you know, if we need to divert as well. But I don't think that it's gonna be a problem. It seemed like the warning wasn't really above New Orleans, even though I think it extended quite far. But mainly in terms of if we need to divert from our flight plan. I'm not sure if we can do the lateral offset thing. The funny part was I wanted to do that, you know, just as a kind of training thing for myself, but I was never able to do it. And now I don't even remember how to do it, which is super annoying. So yeah. Oh well. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. I can put the wipers back on again. We want to do the final step. Okay, parking brakes released. Let's see if we start getting pushed back. We are getting pushed back. Ignition goes on. And we start engine 2. I guess we should start at engine 1 first, but oh well, oh well. Yeah, getting that engine going. I really like that you can see the rain here on the windows. A bit weird you can't see it on a fuselage, right? But
ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this
I guess better than nothing.
flight. We please ask your attention as we demonstrate the safety features on this aircraft. Please make sure your bags are either in the
Constraints
overhead
can go
compartment
on.
or under the seat in front of you. Make sure to switch your phone or any other electronic devices to airplane mode. It's important to fasten your seatbelt, even when the sign is off, in case we pass through unexpected
Still
turbulence.
starting.
During taxi, takeoff, and landing, please fasten your seatbelt and make sure your seat is in the upright position. In case of a depressurization,
I wonder where
oxygen
this
masks
one
will
is
fall
going, this
above your
Embraer.
seat. Please wear yours first before helping children and others.
I actually wish this one also had to, when I'm jumping from different views, I don't have to jump through the whole plane like that. There's probably some setting for that.
and it may be behind you. At this moment, please make sure your
Okay,
phone
let's
is
see
switched
if
to
they
airplane
push
mode,
us back sufficiently or not.
and your seat is on its upright position. For further information, please read the safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for flying with Walker Air Transport.
That must
We
be the
wish you to sit
sounds from
back,
that aircraft.
relax, and enjoy your
Pretty good
flight.
sounds by Traffic Global actually. Okay, let's see, we have the engine number 2 started. Let's start number 1. We're landing on 20, so that one looks quite short. It is definitely a shorter runway, but we should be fine. And then here's the terminal, so just get back like that. And let's see if we can find the, we have the ILS. Here we go. Yeah, RNAV for runway 20. Parking brake set. I do wonder where that one is going. Walker 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. Yeah, let's see if we can get the taxi clearance. Okay, they want to send us a bit off, so we can probably taxi before this one turns to the right here.
Walker 4003 Heavy runway 17 left.
Here we put
Taxi
yeah,
via Echo, Kilo, Lima. Hold
put the
short
parking
runway
brake.
17 left.
Let's put on the
Runway
runway
17
turn off
left.
lights,
Via
taxi
Echo, Kilo,
lights.
Lima. Hold
Yeah,
short runway
both. We can
17
turn off
left,
the
Walker
APU bleed
4003 heavy.
and the APU. Oh yeah, we didn't try these ones. Well, they seem to be working. We didn't check either these masks. Oh, can't try those. We can close that at least. Okay, and it seems like they are done. So that's good news. How does it look from the outside perspective? Looks pretty good. It's a very beautiful exterior model, I think, the A330-900. For me, I think the cabin and mainly the cockpit, and then second hand the cabin should be updated, and then we'll have a really nice X-Plane 12 aircraft. I mean, this is the highest fidelity A330 out there on the market, so one shouldn't be too hard on it, of course. Okay, let's see if we can get moving. Or actually, before we get moving, we might want to set our info. Let's see, we want to do 2.6, right? Yeah. And now we are moving with thrust, or with idle thrust. We can go 1 plus F. We have the right trim. We can just check that our ailerons, our elevators are working. So that's looking good. Let's see if we would actually smash this aircraft. I guess if we went the normal path we would smash into it, but we're gonna take a bit of a shortcut here just to ensure we don't crush the aircraft with our wing. I'm gonna take this one. It's not the right taxiway, but I wanna save myself a bit of time. Let's add a bit of thrust as well. Let's jump out side again, see if that United Embraer is moving anywhere. Looks pretty non-moving, unfortunately. Okay, let's align here with the center line.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
And now it got moving. Okay, pretty good AI actually in that sense. Spoilers. Why aren't our spoilers arming? I'm pretty sure I have a button for that. Let me just check my Yeah, here I have a toggle between arm and disarm. Could it be that this one is once again acting up? No. Okay, not the end of the world. Okay, now it worked, so I guess it must have been moved by it was moved, that's why. That's why, okay. Auto brake, max, takeoff config. Yeah, we wanna get these on. We can keep weather on this one and terrain on the other one. Can't see anything as of now though. Let's see, there we have a lot of CRJs. Seems like we have some sort of light on. Trying to figure out which one it would be though, which is easier said than done. Pretty sure we shut all the lights, but okay, okay. Maybe it's one of these. And that was just for those. Oh well, should be fine. It just seemed very bright on the inside. Or maybe that's with the new beta, right? Okay, was this one set properly? Yeah, but this isn't set on auto, which creates an issue. As we don't get really the best weather radar we can get. Okay, let's see. Now hopefully we should. Well, okay, maybe there is just nothing close by. That's good news. Less things to worry about. Okay, we're soon at the runway. Anything we have forgotten otherwise? Don't think so. Okay, and we are ready for
Walker 4003 heavy contact Louisville Tower on 124.2.
I think
Tower
this
on
one has been a
124.2
runway
Walker
at some point.
4003 heavy.
It looks that way at least. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff.
Walker 4003 heavy winds are 145 at
Let's
12
try
knots
to get
gusting
on
to
the
20
right.
knots.
And one thing we
Runway
did forget
17 left cleared for takeoff.
Runway
was
17
the
left cleared
chrono.
for takeoff Walker 4003 heavy.
A bit of a bummer, but now we have it on. Okay, we have takeoff clearance. That is good, very good, very good. We don't seem to have anyone coming into land. That is also good. 17 left. So we'll taxi onto the runway. Oh, and we need to turn as well. Forgot that you need to really use the tiller on this one. It won't work just using the rudder as backup. Okay, and now we should be able to center our aircraft. A bit of a wobbly start to this flight, but hopefully it should be fine. Let's see. Let's stop right about here. Okay. Let's make sure that the smart cars is actually following this flight, and that it is. Let's shut this ignition thing. Don't think you need to have it on. Flaps is set correctly, etc. We have our V1 speeds. So now it's time to get
SRS, auto thrust blue.
man flex,
Thrust set.
SRS, runway. Okay, let's do this.
Number 5 on a 321 in front of you.
Okay, let's press this down for a bit. 80 knots, checked. 100 knots, check. Okay, let's see. Come on. Come on.
Airplane 22 contact departure on 2435.
Rotate.
Rotate. Come on. Okay, we are taking off.
Positive climb. Gear up.
Gear is coming up. Oh yeah, I forgot you don't need to trim anything. Always something that's easily forgotten with the Airbuses. Nothing to trim. Okay, let's see, here we are. We can go to flap 0. Still nothing looking too bad. We didn't really get any on how to take off or what to follow. So we can just put
Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain 16,000 feet contact Louisville departure on 132.07.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet departure on
Okay, and we wanna get to the
132.07
next.
Walker 4003 heavy.
So I'm gonna pull that out, I think.
Departure Walker 4003 heavy climbing to 16,000 feet.
Okay, we have
Walker
heading.
4003 heavy, good morning. Radar contact 4 nautical miles southeast of Louisville
When I go
Muhammad Ali
to
International Airport.
lever climb or throttle climb. Okay, we're still climbing. You can turn these lights off. We didn't use the HUD. Not the end of the world, but if you want to use it, it is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just I have no idea how to follow the HUD. I need to look into that. That's on my
Walker
to-do.
4003 heavy contact Indianapolis Center on 124.62.
Okay,
Center on 124.62 Walker 4003 heavy.
looking good on the outside. We're climbing. Quite
Center
bright
Walker
in the cockpit.
4003 heavy climbing to 16,000 feet.
Walker 4003 heavy, good morning.
16,000 feet.
Southwest 2821, direct jack.
Seems like there's another plane quite close by that we're climbing towards, slowly and steadily.
Direct jack at 250 knots and
Some weird looking clouds. I heard this new beta had a bit of weirdness going on, which it definitely looks like it's having. More than the usual. We don't need to arm the speed brake. Can't see any bad weather though, so that's at least good. We wanna get to the next one, the Ramro. And the thing I'm just wondering is it even possible to do that? Can you do like a direct? Or actually I think this is the best way.
Turn right to heading 300 to return to course.
Heading 300 Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, so now we have the nav one set. Okay, 10,000 feet. Lights can go out.
Walker 4003
Autopilot can
heavy,
go
turn
on.
right to heading
Oh.
300.
Heading 300 Walker 4003 heavy.
As a reminder,
Southwest 4109, contact approach 2431.
2435, so that's 4109.
Okay, let's see. We are on. We're climbing.
Switch to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed
We're climbing to what altitude?
We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access
16,000 feet.
a free live TV and KTV library.
Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet. Walker 4003 heavy.
Interesting how they wanted us to maintain a different heading. Huh. That's odd.
Walker 4003 heavy, you are off course. Turn right to heading 260 to return to course.
260.
Heading 260 Walker 4003 heavy.
And number 89 Papa, what kind of airplane did you say it was? Comanche, Piper Comanche.
Oh, maybe we need to control this ourselves, apparently. Okay, we want to climb.
Number 800 Papa, contact Flipper, turn 126.7, have fun in Vegas. 126.7.
Oh, we don't want to turn that much. God, I hate the explain control system though. It is. It's definitely one of the worst things in terms of having the spin wheel.
Alaska 232 Euro, descending view to 14, yes? That's affirmative, Alaska 232.
Let me see. We are now back on our correct-ish heading. Oh, look at that. Very nice effects, atmospheric effects. Let me see. We're kind of on our route. But if I want to do a direct, can I do it without? So what's the waypoint? Rummered. Yeah, let's see if I can do that in any easy way.
Walker 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 240.
We don't want the
Climb and maintain
discontinuity,
flight level
right?
240 Walker 4003 heavy.
So like that. Now we're on nav. This should mean we should be able to go into it. God damn, I'm so tired of the controls. There we go. Now we're back in normal climb mode, and we can continue to climb to 24,000.
232, approach 128.1, see you later. Alright, 28.1, Alaska 232.
There we go. We can probably go to standard already, and we can put this up to 40,000, and then let's do it like that, and then let's see. Yeah, I don't know what they have. I think they're messing with something new. It looks a bit weirder. I mean, some things looks really good, but there's some sort of blobbiness that I don't remember from previous beta versions.
Southwest 2821, approach 24.
Okay, and how does it look on the ground? Looks pretty good with the photo reel. But I must say, you rarely in X-Plane when I fly it, for some reason it's always more hazy down below, so I rarely ever look down. I'm mainly looking at the clouds, which is also, I guess, a bit sensible in the sense that I don't remember myself flying in the back when I have a window seat looking at the ground for too long. It's mainly if you have some nice, like the Himalayas or similar. Okay, but let's see. We have a very long flight, 1 hour. Probably will be a bit less than that, but we have 640 nautical miles to go. So I'm gonna leave this in climb and leave you guys to watch this airplane for me. hopefully the gods will favor us. I'm just checking we have everything shut right. We should. The lights. We can give the people there so they can move around. That one I don't like the look of. That looks like nasty weather. That could just be a bit of a bulge. Can't really see any bad weather though in terms of. I'm gonna see if we go to weather radar. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any bad weather. So let's leave as is. I'm gonna put this as the viewpoint for a sec, and I'll be back at a later point. Oh wait, actually, what the hell?
Climb and maintain flight level 320 Walker 400.
Just noticed that our that we lost our star for some reason, and that we lost our approach.
Walker 4003 heavy resume navigation.
Resume navigation Walker 4003
That's odd.
heavy.
So pilot ADC just went a bit off the rails. Let's hope it works. But yeah, I'll be right back. Let's hope we get. Let me actually just check quickly. Can we see anything? Nope. So maybe we'll just make it across these. But they don't look too bad, these clouds. So hopefully it should be fine. But yeah, be right back.
Avianca 086 center, descend and maintain. Descend via the OLA 1, except maintain 14,000, altimeter 29907.
Descend via OLA 1 arrival 14,000, altimeter 29907,
Just noticed that, or I could hear the shaking, so I'm just gonna jump back in real quick, just to check that we will get out of this nasty weather. Hey, this looks really good actually. Okay, now they have done some changes, so it doesn't look like we're all dark in the cloud. So maybe that was because we were just getting out of it. Oh look, that seemed like there was some lightning. Maybe there is some lightning down here. Or maybe it's just popping a bit, flickering. But okay, good, we got out of that. We didn't need to. It was a short burst of turbulence. I'll be right back then again.
Center, citation 168 Tango Yankee is level 9,500.
Citation 168 Tango Yankee, center, the San Diego altimeter, 29907.
2907, Tango Yankee.
Avianca 086, contact approach 128.1 today.
Approach on 128.1 today, Avianca 086. Center American 2546-280, descending on the Ola 1, extend maintain level 240 at 270 knots.
American 2546, center, descend via the Lucky 1, extend correction, descend via the Ola 1, extend maintain 14,000, altimeter 29907.
Descend via the Ola 1, extend maintain 14,000, 2997, understand maintain 270 knots.
American 2546, affirmative.
Go American 2546.
Mexico 788, contact center 119.95, get in.
119.95, Mexico 788, thank you.
Fairlink 108, center, say indicated airspeed in the climb today.
We're doing 280 right now, man. What do you need for 1 hour?
Is that for the restriction at George, or that's just your normal speed in the climb out today?
Normal speed, man.
Fair 108, roger, thank you.
Center ExecJet 434, 16-2, climb to flight level 230. No faster than 250 a second.
ExecJet 434, center, thank you.
And just picked up a strong ELD signal going right over Brown.
ExecJet 434, thank you for that report. American 1168, contact approach 124.35 today.
2435, good day, American 1168.
Center, compass 6096, we're flight level 272, cleared across Rego, at or below 260, descend and maintain flight level 240, compass 6096.
Compass 6096, center, descend via the Ola 1, except maintain 14,000, altimeter 29907, and you can fly. You can do whatever you want at Rego, I don't need any other restrictions.
Okay, great, yeah. So, descend via the Ola 1, except maintain 14,000. That's it for now. Compass 6096.
Thank you. 1696, contact approach 128.1. Good day.
1281, good day, come to 1696.
Center, good evening, Sun Country 404, 12 climbing, flight level 230. Country 404, Center, good evening, maintain flight level 230. 230, Sun Country 404.
United 1916, contact center 128.6, connect.
One more time on the frequency for United 1916, please.
United 1916, 128.6.
28.6, I'm going to United 1916.
Southwest 111, 280 cross, Rigo at 240, clear on the Great Line. Southwest 111, center, descend and maintain flight level 200.
Look at that. Yeah, this looks very nice actually. They really got in the clouds to look good. No question about that. I wonder how good they'll look when the beta is finally released. It will be very interesting to see actually how it will all look. That's so cool in X-Plane, you can really see the cockpit, right? And it's still basically working. Yeah, when you're from the outside view, or I guess it's an inside view, so you can't see the pilots, right? I think if we do this, can we see the pilots? Yeah, now we can see the pilots.
Southwest 111, descend and maintain 14,000, the altimeter 29907.
Yeah, looking pretty good. And if we're looking from down below, what can we see? Well, not a whole lot.
Southwest of Sun Country 404, contact center 126.77.
2677, Sun Country 404.
Maybe this could be a nice pick. I would never usually take one from the front, but why not?
Southwest 111, descend via the OLA 1, except maintain 14,000.
Descend via the OLA 1, except maintain 14,000, Southwest 111.
Some weird artifacting down below, unfortunately. Here it looks pretty nice. Maybe I need to use that racer thingy, what's it called? Let me see. The robust contract adaptive sharpening.
you too high or you can comply?
We can comply, let's do 600.
On July 600, do not exceed 2900 knots.
It does add a bit of detail, I think. But it's not...
Not exceed 2900, descend to Ola 1.
But yeah, it's not really that big of a difference unless you really turn it up. So if you turn it up to, let's say, 70%, then you can really start seeing the difference. It looks more like Microsoft Flight Sim. Interesting part is it doesn't really have that big of an impact on, so it's actually just drag it up completely just to see how it looks. But it does add some weird artifacting. I think it looks more like a painting when you go to 100. So that's the big issue. So I'm not sure what you want to keep it at. If we go to 0, you'll kind of immediately notice the difference. But I don't know. I've kept it at 0 and I kind of like it more. It's just... It's a bit better on the frames. It does look kind of similar.
128.1, Southwest 111, good day.
Maybe I'll just keep the thumbnail I got. It was a pretty good picture. Not the best, but not the worst either. Or maybe getting one of these. Maybe I can save this one for another day, but this could be a nice one for the video itself. Let's jump back in. Have a look.
360, American 2492.
Let's see, we are at the right altitude. We still have ways to go. Oh, but we didn't ever get any... That's odd. Walker 4003 Heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Walker 4003 Heavy is cleared to Kilo Mike Sierra Yankee as filed. Climb and maintain
weird.
flight level 400, squawk 4613.
Walker 4003 Heavy is cleared to Kilo Mike Sierra Yankee as filed. Climb and maintain flight level 400, squawk 4613.
Okay, now we have it.
Walker 4003 Heavy expect the TRSSH-1 arrival with the MCB transition for the Nave Zulu approach to runway 20 at Armstrong New Orleans.
Okay, now we're getting the right input. That's good. 400 nautical miles to go.
Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Read back incorrect. Frequency is 125.85. Contact Memphis Center on 125.
Read back is incorrect.
Expect the TRSSH-1 arrival with the MCB transition for the RNAV Zulu approach to runway 20. Frequency is 125.85. Center on 125.85. Walker 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's see, we're getting the right frequencies, that's good. Does this one have... yeah, this is pretty cool. But okay, seems like we have set it up correctly. We're not gonna descend for quite a while. We have 350 nautical miles to go. So I'm just gonna put this into this mode. You can enjoy the views, and I'll be back for the descent planning.
Southwest 6881, cross Fuzzy, maintain 16,000, 250 knots, hold center, 30290. 30290, Fuzzy 16,250, South 6881.
Walker 4003 Heavy descend to cross MC band or above 15,000 feet, then descend via the TRSSH-1 arrival with the MCB transition to cross rail at or above 5,000 feet. Altimeter to 900 at Armstrong, New Orleans International Airport.
Will cross MC Combe at or above 15,000 feet, then descend via the TRSSH-1 arrival with the MCB transition to cross Rayop at or above 5,000 feet. Altimeter 2 Walker 4003 Heavy.
Delta 1055, resume normal speed, cross Fuzzy at maintain 16,250 knots, altimeter 3029er.
Okay, normal speed, we'll cross Fuzzy at 16,250 knots, and copy 3029, altimeter Delta 1055.
Southwest 6881, contact approach 125.9er.
25.9er, South 6881, good day.
Delta 1055, contact approach 125.9er.
125.9er, good day, Delta 1055. November 47 Sierra Bravo and November 818 Mike Foxtrot. Diesel traffic, total clock 10 miles opposite direction, citation 680, flight level 410 southeastbound. Additional citation 680, flight level 400 northwestbound. 8 Mike Foxtrot. 47 Sierra Bravo.
Center Southwest 4912, flight level 190.
Southwest 4912, center, climb maintain, flight level 230.
Level 230, so break 912.
Southwest 4912, contact center 133.55.
3355, Southwest.
Drive 70 across Fuzzy and maintain 16,000 at 250 knots, altimeter 3028.
Fuzzy 16250, drive 70.
Drive 70, contact approach 125.02, good day.
2502, drive 70, see you. Fast, South 2011.
Southwest 2011, I've had no complaints in the climb. Southwest 3406, climb maintain, flight level 400.
Climb maintain, 400, Southwest 406.
Southwest 2011, climb and maintain, flight level 320.
Climb maintain, flight level 320, Southwest 2011.
Center, Falcon 1922 Golf, flight level 450.
Falcon 1922 Golf Center, roger, shipping mostly smooth. Southwest 2011, climb maintain, flight level 360.
Climb maintain 360, Southwest 2011.
November 9122 Golf, use caution. I'm going to be talking to a November 912 Golf Lima on another frequency.
Alright, Falcon 1922 Golf, understand. Southwest 2269, for flow and descent and maintain, flight level 360. Flight level 360, Southwest 2269, hanging right, Johnny. Has been mostly smooth. Afternoon, Southwest 3710, 15,000 for 190. Southwest 3710, climb maintain, flight level 340. Climb to 340, Southwest 3710. Southwest 3710, correct biker. Correct biker, Southwest 3710. Go 5315, contact 013.2.62.
3262, Scout 5315.
Southwest 3710, clear direct Keno.
Direct Keno, Southwest 3710.
Okay, we have gotten our descent clearance to 5,000 feet, which let me just see, which we can put in here without clicking anything, so we don't want to activate it yet. We still have ways to go for that. AK about 100 nautical miles. We have some weird weather in front of us. It looks very, well, maybe tall is the wrong word, but it looks very kind of different. Potentially it's some nasty rain or thunderstorm type of weather, hopefully not. But let's see. And let me just double check that all of these, I think we can basically close off all the lights. We don't need the, but look at the overhead panel. It looks so I don't know what it is, but I really don't like the overhead panel. And this looks very kind of boringly textured. I've seen too many videos criticizing the A330-900, so I'm becoming one of them. But of course, for good reason. Let's see. In terms of our descent, what's our fuel on board? We are 17,500. Is this gonna be enough? Should probably be, right? What's our fuel flow? Is that high, or am I 4,000? Maybe that's not that high, I'm not sure actually. Okay, but let's have a look at our charts. Get some of the input from this one. I guess we can go with the small. I'm not sure what category we're in. Let me have a look.
Good afternoon, Allegiant 73 is 11000, climb to be shed 1 and flammable 190.
70% climb maintain power 380.
Climb maintain power 380, 38 for Allegiant 76.
Let me see, RMP. I think it is.
Southwest 3710 is doing normal speed.
Normal speed, Southwest 3710.
Everything's 840 is doing normal speed.
Okay, not really finding here. RNAV, RMP, AR question.
Scout 3454, contact approach 125.9.
25.9, Scout 3454.
Can we see it on the approach maybe? Check insert RMP value in the 6th left field. God, I have so much things to learn. Let me just do the simple things, the one things, or the things I know how to populate. So let's find the destination forecast, where we don't seem to actually have now that's odd. We don't seem to have the altimeter. Let's see, windy at Louis Armstrong. That's gonna give us the most up-to-date info. 29902. Temperature of 23 degrees Celsius. Wind 33 at 7. The Barrow 363.
Southwest 3406, contact center on 132.05, good day. 13205, you take care, Southwest 3406.
Oh, we don't want to activate the approach phase. Let me see, required. So cruise. Yeah, maybe it's this one, it's the progress page, that's what it looked like. So progress page, insert the reference waypoint or the runway threshold in the bearing distance field for position monitoring during approach. So many things to learn.
Contact center 132.62. 132.22, American 1359, good morning. And 326262. My apologies, 13262, American 1359.
Let me see. Oh, you need to verify that. Okay, so there's so many things to verify. That's... God, I'm such a rookie when it comes to doing other things than ILS and those type of approaches. Much things to learn. Yeah, it's more. There's more kind of these bugs in the weather now. I haven't seen before. I'm gonna guess it's just an effect of the new beta, but it's a bit annoying to see it return since it did work quite well before. Okay, but we have the right approach. Yeah, maybe I need to tweak with that a bit on the side.
Yeah, can we stop it at 430 wrong for direction for about another 10 minutes? 4302 is Charlie Van Delta, maintain level 430. We'll stop it at 4302 is Charlie, thanks.
Okay, so we're soon at our top of descent. We now have about 200 nautical miles to go. We'll be descending after that.
Executive 728, change to my frequency 132.42. 132.42 is it, 728.
Let's see. No new orders. Simple flying. Emirates has restricted first class award space to its most frequent flyers. That's interesting. One way to make it more exclusive. And what else?
Two areas of moderate precipitation at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and they start at 5 miles, extend for about 10 miles.
Yeah, not really that much new. That many new spirits. Just seems to have come out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy. United Airlines will debut with their Starlink Wi-Fi. Some piece about the A330's differences with the A330CO, so the Neo versus CO. Fresh wing design, more efficient engine. Seems like I've read this one. Avionics and cockpit upgrades. Yeah, but very minor ones, right? Improved airspace, cabin, extended range.
Jet 632, descend and maintain 3,200. 3,200, increase Jet 632.
Better maintenance and efficiency. So streamlining in that regard, reduce noise and air pollution. Okay. Oh, half the noise of the CO. That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting actually. I thought you couldn't get that big of effects, but damn. Okay, we're 15 nautical miles now from our top of descent. In total we have 181 nautical miles to go, but we are starting up from quite high at 40,000 feet. So it makes sense to have a bit of a long descent. And now they're saying that some of these planes flying at higher altitudes are producing longer lasting contrails, which could be more detrimental. So basically, even if you're having fuel gains, you're still more detrimental, or even if you're having fuel gains, which would translate into better for the environment, right? In terms of less fuel being used. The fact that they're flying higher would kind of offset that with the contrails. Oh yeah, and this one, the Dunkin' Donut JetBlue. What an interesting livery. It's always a bit weird when you see these liveries that are totally off from what they normally have. But, oh well, oh well. Okay, let's see. We are soon gonna start descending. How much is it now? 5 nautical miles, give or take. Anything else? How long have we been flying for? Almost 1 hour. We have 20 minutes to go. So maybe it wasn't that long of a flight. Oh yeah, it was, because we were already at 1 hour and 40 minutes, so quite a long flight to be honest. Looks though like there is not that much bad weather. We seem to have avoided yeah, we seem to have avoided most of it, so that's good. Let's start the descent. Let's bring up the prog page. Now we have the descent. And let's see once we get into the approach mode. Whilst we are descending, I'm gonna start working on my thumbnail here on the side. What do we need? We need some pictures. Okay, we need the... Sorry, not the P3D one, we need the X-Plane logo. Then we need the Walker Air logo. So that's actually one great thing about Walker Air. I was talking a bit about it during my last video, in the sense that Walker Air, you always have the same... You don't have a specific planes, right? So you can always fly the ones you want, and you have like this huge amount of different liveries, which makes it a lot of fun to fly. It gives kind of a versatility that I sometimes kind of miss. I kind of like some of them, but I kind of like some of the virtual airlines where you don't have the versatility, because it's like, okay, but you know, you have a specific fleet to fly that. But then, when everyone just has kind of the same setup, it becomes a bit boring. So I'll give Walker Air some plus points in that regard. I think this is actually one of my first flights for Walker Air with this A330-900 Neo. So that's always pretty cool. Hopefully we get a good landing. The problem would be if we have a landing rate above, I'm trying to think, is it 500? You'll have a rejected, or is it more? Is it 800 with Walker Air? That's a good question. I don't even remember. It was a long time since I had a bad watched landing. Let's have a look at the logbook I have. So you can see it has a really good like statistics systems, which I really like. So the worst landing I've had is 421. Okay, so we gotta be a bit careful on the landing. Better float. That's the problem with having a landing rate, right? You start focusing on the wrong things, aka floating rather than hitting the ground too hard. So let's see here, scheduled. Do they have anything on PyReps here? Rejected. The company landing rate standard, a landing rate equal to or softer than -1801. Yeah, okay, so it seems like 800, so you have quite a high threshold actually. That's pretty good. Maybe I just haven't had that many bad landings on the positive side. Oh, it shouldn't be softer then. I think they have just by mistake copied the same text. It should be harder or softer. What's the softer opposite? Harder, firmer. Yeah, so a more firm landing than 800 feet per minute would be a rejected one. Which I think that makes sense. That's pretty high. That's pretty goddamn high. I think it must have been years ago since I ever got to that high of an landing rate. So that's good at least. What airport are we flying from? KSDF to New Orleans, right? KMSY, good. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna save that. Have my banner completed. Talk about being efficient. That's the way we roll. Well, that's sometimes the benefit of doing a bit of a longer flight. You can, you know, spend more time doing the thumbnail in kind of a calm pace. There we go. Now I'll just save that. and I have that for when I upload the video. So that's one of the great things with that. We're still descending, nothing to change yet. We're still above 20,000. We're at 28,000 as you can see. So there is time.
American 491, 17,800 for 230. American 491, flight maintain flight level 290. Flight level 290, American 491.
You know, the funny thing is when I'm looking at some of these new pictures of the clouds, I mean they do look better than P3D version 5, but sometimes they do remind me of when you have the really nice
Center Alaska 253 is checking on it.
what's it called? The volumetric clouds in P3D. I mean this looks much better to some extent, I would say. There's some parts where I still think the P3D volumetric clouds look pretty good. But yeah, I just don't use them because you can never see them in the distance, right? You basically have the same weather around you and then it abruptly changes, which sucks. Which is why the 2D clouds are much nicer, to be honest.
South 5720, flight present heading, vector 4 sequence, expect direct range. Present heading, encompass 5720. That was 5890, clear direct range.
Clear direct range of guy with 5890.
Okay, let's see.
Compass 5720, clear direct.
Still on the descent.
Directly to Rancho Compass 5720.
We have about 100 nautical miles to go. Can we make it from 25? I think so. I think we have a pretty good vertical deviation, so we should be fine. We should have a bit of a discontinuity here at the end. Exactly, but a very small one. I do hope Toliss do the CEO. I mean, of course, my biggest preference would be SIBO, someone like SIBO doing the laminar default A330, but until we get that, Aerogenesis is doing something, but it's not really there yet. But so yeah, in that regard, I still think having a Toliss A330 CEO would be awesome. I do prefer the CEO over the Neo. Mainly because I think the Neo, I'm still not certain how many of these we are going to be seeing. I mean, it will depend quite a bit on how the next 10 years go. Will we see other carriers such as SAS, Finnair, etc. buy some of these, or are they basically all going with the A350? Yeah, but look at all of these. It's a bit more bugs with this bait, it feels like. Some things are better, but some things are more buggy. And now we're getting some weird I wish we could just mute the... I know you can mute it, but the problem with muting it is that then you don't hear some other things that are pretty good to have, such as the pushback one. We're still Memphis control, so hopefully that will switch soon, and then we'll get rid of that annoying voice. Or are we on Memphis? I think we're on the Memphis one, right? actually on nothing. That's odd. We're on the right frequency, but we don't have any. Let me see. We'll cross at altimeter 2 9er 2. I think I know the issue. How do I select? So I wanna fly with the Memphis one.
Automated weather observation, Macomb Pike County, John D. Lewis Field.
That was 5890, contact center 125.65.
Let me see if this is. There we go. Now we have the first one selected. Okay. So I think it's just that the pilot TDC takes it from the wrong output. That's why I can't really change it. Let's do maybe a check.
Center Walker 4003 Heavy descending to 5,000 feet.
Walker 4003 Heavy contact Houston Center on 133.5.
Center on 133.5 Walker 4003 Heavy.
Okay, we're getting the further clearances. 4,000 is where we want to be at once we get to Ryop.
Center Walker 4003 Heavy descending via the
I'm gonna put that in so we don't forget.
The MCB transition to 5,000 feet.
It's so close to being really good, the clouds.
Heavy, good morning.
Even though they have the weird things in this new beta, I do think they're getting there slowly and steady. And look at the nice photo reel here as well. Yeah, that made a big change for me flying with the map enhancement thing. Really makes it nicer. What did we put in actually in terms of performance? 2 So time to switch. There we go. Medium auto brake. We'll arm the spoilers. We'll ask our passengers to get seated.
12565, compass 5720, get up there.
Altimeter setting has been changed. Landing system on. You don't want to use both autopilots for landing. You only do that with for example, ILS.
Saturday on 2615, 18 for 230. Sub 2615 center, climb maintain, flight level 270, and turn at main on course and climb maintain flight level 270. 270, Delta 2615.
Okay, let's see. We are descending slowly and steadily, still looking good. Soon we'll be able to put the lights on. We have Veep, it's basically straight, and then yeah, there we can see Jaspo, Ryop. Very small difference. I mean, that's gonna be a direct. There's no question about it. So in order to help my workload a bit, I'm gonna do the forbidden thing and delete the manual delete discontinuity and insert.
Del 2615. And say again? Yeah, Del 2615, whenever we're done with our heading, if we put direct Laker on request, that'd be great. Del 2615, make that request to center contact in 127.52. 2752, Del 2615.
Okay. Let's see how it looks once we get below this layer. I think it was still broken. Now I closed the windy one I had open, but should be fine. No risk of go arounds in that regard at least.
Okay, flow to 250 southwest, 223.
Okay, we're in the clouds. Let's actually change our view quickly. Just have a look. Looking pretty nice. I still don't get the same realism vibe when I'm looking at the photoreal in X-Plane that I get when flying in P3D. Of course the flickering doesn't help, but yeah. But even discarding that, it's just I think the problem is the auto gen. You don't see it right when you're until you zoom in. I hate that like it's connected to the zoom in thing. So since you don't see it, it kind of gives off a vibe of being kind of flat, which it is, right? Since you don't have any auto gen until you zoom in or get close enough. Okay, we are still descending, albeit slow and steady. Let me check. Have we been cleared for the approach yet? We're still not on the approach. But we are at the right, on the right, or tuned in to the right radio station, so that's good. And we are almost at 10,000, so we can put on the landing lights. We have quite a bit of these anti-sun protection things, but I don't think we'll need them. I mean, we're flying this direction, the sun is over there, so we shouldn't be bothered by it. Okay, let's see, nothing new just yet. Probably after this one we're gonna be getting, we're gonna start descending further. There we go. We're back to descending. 8 minutes to go. 30 nautical miles, give or take. It's very good placement by SimHeaven, though. I'll give They explain for the real. One big thing, they have SimHaven. That's a great tool. I wish we had that autogen package for P3D. That would be awesome. Then you wouldn't need to create your own autogen, you could just use the SimHaven P3D version. But, can't get everything. But yeah, look at this. This just doesn't look good. But at least it's very good on the frames. And that's also with the new beta, my frame rates have increased, so that's really good to see. And the question I actually have is the process wise. I think the thing is that my GPU is being much less, or it's much better utilized. The CPU is very good. It's like between 16% to 50%. It's not that bad at all. While it used to be at 90% all the time. So they've really done some performance improvements in that regard. At least for the Intels. Okay, we are descending. We're soon on final. I'm just gonna put this to takeoff, runway turn off. Now I didn't do any sort of calculations, etc., but I think we're pretty fine with this performance. 139 should be okay. Okay, 25 nautical miles to go. We're flying a bit fast, so I'm wondering if we need to arrest our descent rate a bit. Or are we a bit high actually? That's the second fear. Because I do feel we are flying a bit on the edge of what we can fly. In terms of our descent rate. We are flying quite fast. We have a bit of a crosswind as well. Okay, lights are on. Everything is prepped in that regard. Let's hope it doesn't rain. Want good visibility. Okay, 7,000 feet. We want to be at 4,000 at the next place, so let's see if we can do that. Is that a bridge or maybe like a seawall? Well, that's cool. Some boats driving here along the coast. Okay, 6,000.
Heavy, you are 21 nautical miles north of the airport.
Okay, now we're getting the approach.
2 after VEP descend and maintain 4,000 feet cleared for the RNAV Zulu approach to runway 20 at Armstrong.
Or are we at the approach? Yeah, now we're at the approach.
On 123.85.
Can we choose like this?
After Beat
Yeah,
and
okay, okay, that's cool.
For the RNAV Zulu approach to runway 20 at Armstrong New Orleans International Airport. Approach on 123.85 Walker 4003 heavy.
Walk.
Altimeter 29902 tower on 119.
Now we actually have a vertical deviation. I'm gonna apply full speed brake now. Hopefully this will help with the speed.
Walker 4003 heavy, good morning. Continue RNEV to runway 20 call.
Okay, let's see
established on final.
how much higher are we on. Well, not a big,
will call when established on final Walker 4003
but I guess because of the limiting, what did I put it at? 0, 11, 11. That's why we get the V deviation. And let's actually try to get it further down to 2,000 feet. Let's see if it changes here. Okay, there we go. Okay, now it's coming down. We got the runway in sight already, so that's good. Let's have a look at our engines. Yeah, we have those slats deployed. I think we should be fine. If we add flaps 1, that should help quite a bit. And we have a nice freeware package for this airport, so hopefully it will be very nice, but let's see. So there we go. We have flaps 1. Interesting though, even with flaps 1, We're still not really getting that much drag. So I'm wondering if it's time to also
Gear down.
push the gear down. Let's wait a bit with clicking the approach. We're gonna take the last. We're gonna tick the last box, or fly over the last waypoint. Okay, let's see. We are slowing down soon at 2000. We can activate the approach one very soon. Very soon. There we go. Final approach.
Speed checked flaps 2.
Okay, we can't really go to flaps 2 yet.
Speed checked flaps 1.
Okay, I'm gonna use the speed brake. Hopefully that will help us a bit in slowing down enough
Speed checked flaps 2.
to get flap 2 selected.
Present heading, encompass 5720.
Let me see, cabin needs to be checked. Flaps, everything such as that needs to be selected. I can already go to 0 on the thrust.
Speed checked flaps 3.
Flaps 3. So we're coming in pretty hot here. Okay, let's see if we can go flaps full.
Tower 5890, clear direct Rancho.
Clear direct Rancho,
Speed checked flaps full.
Okay, we don't need the speed brake, but we do need to arm it. Okay, there we go. Okay, manual. Let's see if we can do this. Flaps full.
Approaching 2.
Yeah.
Walker 4003 heavy winds are 331 at 7 knots.
Let's
Clear to
try
land
to
runway 20.
Clear to land runway 20 Walker 4003
Direct way
heavy.
to Rancho, compass 5720.
100 above. 400. Come on. I think I have 2 little buildings, that's why it looks a bit empty. Okay, minimum, continue. Okay, we should be fine. Let's see. Feels like we're coming in a bit fast. We're a bit high.
United 1777, contact center on 128.6.
Spoilers.
United 1777.
4,000 feet.
Okay.
Wheeler screen decel.
Let's see if we made this somewhat okay.
Walker 4003
Felt
heavy
like we
compact
floated a
New
bit.
Orleans ground on 121.9er.
Ground on 121.9er Walker 4003 heavy.
Let's get everything disconnected. We can start that one.
Sub 566, same Mach number.
And we'll turn here.
566, roger, reduce speed, maintain Mach point 76.
6:39 a.m. and it's currently about 73 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now
Okay.
disable the devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have been shifted during the flight.
We got landing clearance though, and then ground. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. So that's good. That's good news. Flap
Walker
is open.
4003 heavy taxi to Gate Golf 20 via
I shut
Charlie.
those.
Taxi to Gate Golf 20 via Charlie, Walker 4003 heavy.
They actually wanted us to taxi to one of these gates down here. I guess we can do that. It just doesn't look like there is a single gate here, so that's why I'm a bit... Is there any gates here? Yeah, there are a few gates. Actually, we can do it. We can cross here. We'll go forward and then cross. Gonna add a bit of thrust so we can do this a bit quicker.
240 on the altitude 280 near speed.
At least we'll have the APU available, so that's good news. I guess when you change the RMP, you're changing kind of what the deviation you're aiming for, right? I'm not sure what this one is certified for, but that is very interesting. Or at least I think so. Can't vouch for it though. Okay, a bit hot on the wheels. We don't have any fans for the wheels. Doesn't look like it at least. Oh well, oh well. Minor differences. Because I think the A320 has that, right? And the A321. Maybe this one has it, but it's located somewhere else. Okay, let's turn here. We're just gonna turn, we're just gonna park at the first best parking spot.
Approaching 29.
And then we're gonna shut down and wrap up for today. Oh, the taxiing is always difficult. Let's see. It's always a bit delayed. Technically, I guess we're going too fast. That's why we're getting a delayed reaction from the wheels in front. Okay, let's turn here. It's not the best looking freeware one, but it's okay. I thought it was better looking. I don't know why, but I remembered it looking better, but it must have been that I mixed it up with the P3D one, the payware one I have. This looks very much like a gateway scenery, which aren't bad. That looks like some mesh issues. Turn. Don't want to end up in the grass. Yeah, you need to be careful when taxiing this bird. Yeah, I find using the differential braking a bit together with the steering wheel helps quite a bit for the tiller. And not moving it too much. I found that also helps a bit. Okay, let's see. We want to get onto this one. Then we want to shut down, then we want to watch the replay, and then we're all set for today. Okay, let's see if we can get it onto this. Just even a tiny bit would be good onto the yellow line. Yeah, there we go, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you can stop there with the parking brakes in. Jump into the cockpit, shut engine 2 and 1. Jump out. Have a look at the smart cars. Pirate was accepted. 122. Okay, pretty good. Some weird pauses. Seems to have worked okay. They only touched down once, that's always a good sign. Let's have a look at Pilot to see if it gives us as good reviews or not. We can do this one as well. Don't think you need to open the doors. But let's see. It's always a bit of a bit fickle. I just don't want to start the replay before I've seen the landing rate. There we go. 127. Okay. So pretty good. Let's have a look at the replay mode. We're going back in time a bit. Yeah, exactly. So I think the approach was okay. We were a bit fast early on, but then we were able to kind of slow down. Find you had to use the speed brake a bit. We're quite light as well. Actually, I didn't think about that. Did I check what our weight were? If it updated by itself? Oh, let's see. That was a bit of a bounce, it felt like. And then we moved up a bit, and then... How far off did we land from the... Okay, so we had a bit of a bounce, but then we got down. Okay, so well within still the reasonableness, I guess. A bit off the center line. But yeah, pretty good. Decent enough. But yeah, let me actually have a look at that. Flaps, flaps, flaps. Because I did get a bit... No, it seems like we had the right fuel amounts. Okay, that's good. Of course it's changed now with the fuel, since we have landed, but that's good to see. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, until next time, thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.